Hi Thomas, welcome to the Nisi booth at NAB 2026. My name is Kenji. I'm the Cinema Sales and Technical Manager for Nisi Optics USA. And I understand that you would like to know more about what separates photography lenses from cinema lenses. So photography lenses are meant to capture a moment frozen in time. They excel for that. They're engineered for that purpose. You push that shutter button down halfway, and that lens is going to find that focus and snap to it, set your exposure the way you want it for that moment, and take a beautiful picture. For cinema lenses though, we need to capture a moving picture, and we need to capture the movement within that picture. And it's a dynamic environment. You might pan, the actors or the action in the scene may be moving. You could have just background stuff that's moving. And with that movement, we need to have a more dynamic adjustment on the lens.
So as you can see, we can focus and very precisely nail exactly the distance where we want to be and have a smooth focus.
We also have to want to capture the exposure correctly as it may change. Even just in this show hall, we could be panning from a dark area to a brighter area that's lit differently. So a cinema lens is going to have fine adjustment and movement for that purpose.
Hey, my name is Thomas, and this is day 2 at the world's ultimate filmmaking show. And today, I want to focus on one thing: lenses. My plan was simple. Start as entry level with lenses as possible, and then see exactly how far I could go within the world of cinema lenses by the end of the day. And I have to say, I made it pretty far. Quick thanks to DZOFilm. They gave me access to their full Simera-C line, which I used to shoot this entire event. So we've either heard or said this advice before: just use your phone. I figured I should start with the thing most of us already have in our pocket, and this brought me to NEWEER's booth.
All right, hey guys, Thomas asked me to show you some stuff with NEWEER and how we're kind of letting you use your phone that's in your pocket to get, sort of more professional production level kind of, footage. So this is that Samsung S22, S23. It's an older model of phone, which I think is actually kind of cool because it's speaking to, kind of results you can get. You don't have to have like the latest kind of tech. We've got a little cage that wraps around the phone. Your phone just slides into it. It gives you some connection points. You can mount it to a tripod. You can put things like a little card reader here. We're holding our adapters. You can really kind of start kitting it out. And the most important function is it gives you a lens mounting point. So I've got a probe lens attached to this cage. This is the equivalent of like an 18 millimeter on like a full frame. And, you just attach that thing, and I've got it running on the slider. And in it goes, and all of a sudden you can get some really, really, really cinematic shots with it.
The question I was asked is, if you start accessorizing an iPhone or an Android, can it become a cinema level camera? And I would say the answer is yes. What you can add is lenses. You have the case. You can add a lens right here. It screws directly over it.
Want to tell us a little bit about this lens?
Yeah, so this is a 7x optical zoom. It has a focus ring on the end of the lens, so it has a manual focus.
Manual focus, okay.
Yep, so you get the manual focus that you would on a normal camera. Also, instead of using the digital zoom on your phone, it gives you the full image quality of the 1x lens without distorting it all through the digital zoom.
65 millimeter telephoto. That's really interesting, okay.
This one's going to be good for a talking head type thing or an interview. It should slightly blur the background.
It's beautiful, yes. It's beautiful.
Give you a really nice clean shot.
NEWEER actually gave me their 7-time telephoto lens to try out so I could show you some real world footage with this lens. So I initially got some shots of planes landing and birds near my hotel while I was at the event. And then I recently took it to the island of Dominica for a film that I made for a resort there, but I will talk more about that in a future video. Are you guys sold on this lens? I mean, I am. So next, I wanted to talk with Laowa because they really did bring a good progression of lenses at the show. So we started with their 15 to 24 millimeter probe zoom, which was mounted to a robotic arm.
So on the robot arm here, we've got the 15 to 24 millimeter probe zoom. The probe zoom also comes in a 15 to 35, T8 and T12 respectively. But on the robot arm, we can really show off all the different movements and maneuvers that you can do to get that probe lens in, right? So with the 90-degree probe here, we're able to get sort of into some of the different spots on the marble rally that we might not get into with a normal lens.
After talking about their probe lens, it was time to look at Laowa's Cine lenses.
So we talked about cinema lenses. We got to talk about Anamorphics. So here we've got our Proteus zoom. So it's a 2x squeeze anamorphic lens, super 35 coverage in the zoom, matched to the big Proteus 2x squeeze T2 lenses. And then we go to our big sort of hybrid broadcast. It's going to be a parfocal cine zoom. This is going to be a super 35 coverage, 12 to 120. So you've got a 10x zoom range with a pretty good wide angle all the way through a good strong telephoto. Falls a little bit between what a broadcast lens might be and what a cine lens might be. 25 to 180, again, parfocal. This guy will cover a full frame sensor, T3.8. And this monster over here, 25 to 600 T4, parfocal cine zoom, super 35 coverage. Yeah, this guy's a monster.
So now is a good time to talk with DZOFilm about the Simera-C line that I'm using to film the entire event with. So right now we're deciding which lenses that I should possibly use to film NAB with. What are we looking at right here?
So yeah, this is the Simera-C and M mount, and we have everything 21, 28, 35, 50, 75. And we just this year, this month, we've come out with the 16 to widen that range. And before the year is over, we'll have 100 as well.
Wow.
So it'll be a nice full set of the Simera-Cs.
And what mounts are these available at?
So these are M mount and E mount. And then we have M to everything adapters. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
There it is.
Look at that.
Yeah, I knew they should just by the hand.
And you got some cool cameras on you right now?
Oh, this is my ZF and this is his A7S.
Okay, all right. And what lenses you have on?
This is the Voyager. It's our brand new lens from Typok. We are showcasing here first. It's our first autofocus lens.
Oh.
So we are launching first for E-mount. So you can use Sony cameras. If you have the E to Z adapters for Nikon, you can use the adapter to Nikon cameras as well. But we are looking into the licensing from Leica as well to launch on L mount.
Oh yeah, I'll move that. So right now we have it. This is so when I get to the hotel today, I see I'm gonna have to redo my rig a little bit, but it's gonna be a much lighter setup, which is gonna be nice for my arms. So thank you so much, Jeremy, for letting me try this lens out. I really appreciate it.
What I kind of noticed while using this lens, when it comes to sharpness, when it comes to bokeh, when it comes to focus breathing, like, so I'm be filming with this for 4 days. What can I really expect?
So they are tack sharp. Very nice and sharp in the scene or whenever you're focused. Breathing wise, we did have to compromise like the breathing for that form because these are so tiny that you can't have everything, right? So these do breathe a little bit, and you will notice it when you're shooting. Look wise though, they're not clean, they're not clinical, they have a character to them.
Okay.
So
does each lens in the set have a different character?
No, they're all matched.
They're all matched.
Yeah.
Okay. And do they lean warmer, cooler?
I'd say they're fairly neutral, but neutral cool.
Oh, neutral cool.
Yeah.
So if you watch my channel for a while, you may know that I've been using the Sirui anamorphic lenses since their first Kickstarter with the anamorphic lens series with the 50mm anamorphic lens for Micro Four Third. And so I wanted to visit them next because they really do have a good progression of lenses from beginner Cine lenses to now more advanced. So we're here at Surei's booth, and I just wanted to show you guys going from their more entry-level lenses to their highest-end lens now. So this right here is the Nightwalker lens. This is the 35mm T1.2. This is their Astra series right here. This is a autofocus anamorphic lens right here. It's a 100mm T1.8. And then this would be their new professional level anamorphic lens, which is the Iron Star lens right here. This is the only lens I have not tried out myself yet, and it is the 100mm T2.8 lens.
Hello everyone, so first time to show our new focus lens for the Iron Star. So as you know, maybe before we already have the 35, 45, 60. They are 1.5 time anamorphic lenses. Now in the NAB, we are going to release another 3 focus lens, which is the 75, 100 and 135. So you can see here, this one is the Iron Star series.
It's the Iron Star.
So which is in DR mount. Also, we also including in our package is we also have the module. You can also switch between EF mount as well.
Okay.
So, and as you can see, they are mostly like targets for professional market. So, and also for the 75, 45, and 60, they are really have a very good like breathing control.
So with Sirui, what was cool is I was actually able to put some of their lenses on my camera. Next up was Blazar, and I've been seeing them all over YouTube, so I couldn't wait to get some hands-on tests with their lenses. And I really liked at this show that all the lens companies had cameras at their booth so you can actually test out the lenses. And so here's what Blazar had to say. I am here at Blazar's booth, and we are going to talk about their current line and some of the new things that they have in store. So what do we have? What type of setup do we have right here?
So we have our latest series. It's called Thailand Anamorphic lens. This is an autofocus anamorphic lens. We have 50mm lens on the FX6 here, and it is a T2.1 lens, 1.5 time squeeze, and it has a unique design. It has a oval aperture rings inside of it, and the selling point of it, the biggest point is it has autofocus feature. It can do autofocus focus. So we have it on FX6, so you can focus on me. And pretty accurate.
No, it is. It is.
And super fast. So we have this Viper here. It's the same design, same out design, same look, same glasses with the Thailand. But for Viper is shorter. It's lightweight, so it can perfectly compatible with this rolling 40 camera. So when you need a oneer, when you need a long shots, when you need a long take, Viper can work with rolling 40 perfectly.
When I got to Nisi's booth, they allowed me to hook up my SSD to the cameras they were using at the show to show off their lenses, and I was blown away by their 85mm.
So we're looking at this through a Blackmagic Pixis 6K in open gate. This is the Athena Rewind. This is the lens that has the 2 different character profiles.
So today at NAB, we are showing a new line of lenses called Athena Rewind. So Athena Rewind is one range of cinema primes that has 2 different character profiles. This lens, wide open from T1.9 to T4, is going to have a lot of vintage inspired looks. It's going to be very bloomy, lower contrast, kind of take the edge off the sharpness, and is going to have an interesting, unique kind of character to the bokeh as well, with that soap bubble ring around our bokeh balls. Once we get past T4, however, the lens is going to suddenly change its personality and become like a modern, sharp-looking lens. Contrast is going to come surging back. Sharpness is going to take a big jump, and our flare character is going to change as well.
Now with the rewind lens, this is the lens with the two different character profiles. So here wide open, we have that vintage type of look. Notice that we have a lot more light bloom here. We have a softer, kind of more diffuse looking image. And the bokeh is different. Again, we have the kind of circular like outline around the bokeh, often called a soap bubble bokeh. As we close the lens down though, we now have a more of a modern looking lens, similar to how the Aureus looked as far as that sharpness jumping out at us and that contrast jumping out at us. And the flare is also going to be a little bit different. If you would please show us some flare. So we have a very different looking kind of a flare. This is closed down in the modern mode, and as I open it up wide, we bring that bloom back in. Notice how much more of the halo we have as the light scatters, and we get that spherical aberration, and we get that soap bubble bokeh again. So the Aureus 85mm, notice how we have that clean, sharp look again with this lens. But the bokeh is different. We have that kind of cat's eye bokeh here with a different kind of an edge fall off. That is the character of the Aureus lenses. They also have a different type of flare profile to them that Katie can show us. Especially because you're going to be working on several cameras. I just realized it's actually kind of busy because of the bokeh balls in the background. To see that flare, it's a little easier to see on the black background over here, because it can get lost in the bokeh balls there. And it does look different as we stop down. However, we maintain the same type of character profile.
So now we're going back to DZOFilm because they actually won Best in Show at NAB for their Arcana line.
So yeah, my name's Jeremy with DZOFilm, and we have a lot of new stuff this year. So just to walk you through a little bit of a lineup and kind of what we've been talking about. So this is from our Type Hawk brand. It is a photo lens, of course, for enthusiasts, for people shooting film. This is what they're going to reach for. It's still fast, 1.4. It's all metal. It's good construction. But then if you're moving into the cine space, now we took this photo lens, photo glass, and coating, and we put it into a cine style lens. So
What I'm using right now.
yeah,
right?
exactly, and that's what you're using right now. So it's geared. It's got like I said, a longer focal throw, which is important for that crisp focus, and it's still a 1.5, very fast. So whenever we move up into the production space, now we have the Vespa 2, which we just talked about. Image-wise, I mean, I don't know how this. They're both very sharp, image-wise. They just have different looks, different character, and different use cases. This is great for gimbals. This goes on the road in 4D very well. Super fast, super light.
And which is why I used it for the show.
Exactly.
Because it was so light.
Because it's so light. Yeah, it's easy to throw around and really get what you need. As far as the Vespa 2s, these also are good for gimbal work. Just a little heftier, they're 1.9s, so they're a little slower, but these have very minimal breathing. Whenever you're looking at these, they do breathe. The Type Hawk brand, it does breathe a little bit, and it depends on what you want. You know, a lot of people don't mind it. A lot of people like it. But some people, whenever they're getting more into the bigger brands and the bigger professional lenses, they don't want breathing. So after this, we have our new Arcana anamorphic lenses, and these are just brand new out. You know, within this month, they start shipping next week. These are amazing. We actually got best of show, or we won an award for these Arcanas at the show. So everybody's loving them, and we love them too. And you know, anamorphics are a totally different look. These are all paintbrushes for your art piece. Think about it like that, right? And so, if you want anamorphic, you got to get an anamorphic lens. If you want that super wide look, anamorphic is your thing. And then, leading up to our top of the line aural lens, yeah, these are beautiful. They're so amazing. They're 1.4, so they're super fast. Of course, again, you got that huge focus throw on this. And they're so controlled. They don't, like, the smallest breathing you can imagine, you know, 0.2% or something. It's so nice. And really, you know, shoot your movies on it, indie films, commercials. It's got character, and it's just a pretty lens, and it's not going to break the bank.
I really appreciated how much effort a lot of the companies put into their booths for this show. And so when I got to Viltrox, I really liked their booth, but what stopped me dead in my tracks was their 42 to 420 millimeter lens that will cost $100,000 when it comes to market. I don't need it, but I want it. The lens I actually end up talking to them about was a little bit more in my price range, which was the 135 millimeter T2.4 full frame anamorphic lens. I really liked the car setup that they had with the model so you could test out the lens, but when I showed up for my interview, it was time for the model to go on lunch break, so I had to step in.
What lens are we talking about today?
So we're going to talk about the Viltrox Epic Anamorphics. We make 3 different versions of the Epic Anamorphics. So the Epic Anamorphics are basically our 1.3 times squeeze factor anamorphic lenses. We make them across 8 different focal lengths. And like I say, there's 3 different series to them. You can tell the difference in the different Epic Anamorphics based on the coloration of the numbering that we have on the different series. So some of them are silver, some of them are black, and some of them, like the one that's on the camera here, are teal. And so the black ones are the first ones that came out.
How am I looking in this shot?
You're looking amazing in this shot, though I missed my focus. There you go. Now you're looking perfect.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, it truly makes it look like a movie. I mean, you're getting something that's tack sharp, something that honestly looks like it would cost maybe 10 times this amount, something that looks like Hollywood level anamorphic, and it truly is Hollywood level anamorphic because these lenses were used on the most recent film, Project Hail Mary, which is in theaters now with Ryan Gosling. So here at Viltrox, I mean, we understand and we truly believe that every job has the right tool for that job. Every story is different, and so everything is going to require a different tool to best tell that story. And that's part of the reason we make these 3 different versions of just this one series of lens, is we're trying to give you as many tools as possible to tell your story. And so, as the name of the channel implies, story-driven Thomas, story is the name of the game, and we truly believe that.
We're not done with ultra high-end lenses, as the next company's glass was used in one of my favorite new movies, Predator's Badlands. And that company is Xelmus. I love that I found so many companies that I had never heard of at the show, which made me feel like I was on a treasure hunt.
So this lens is Apollo 180. This lens was made specifically for Predator's Badlands movie because they wanted to get that extreme close-up, but with our anamorphic lens, and we got it them. We're very proud of this lens.
So this is the 40 full frame. Like sometimes it's not that obvious what all those numbers actually mean in anamorphic, but if we convert it to spherical lens, it's gonna be 20. And this is the 20 full frame. So this is the crazy, crazy wide lens as well. But if you're gonna look at the image on this, it is like geometrically almost perfect.
Just focus so you can see my face.
Yeah,
Almost it.
maybe even closer. Yeah, and the like look at the geometry. So even if we're gonna make it pan, you see, it is not changing at all. So there is no warping. Yeah.
This lens comes from another line, Aura line. It's not out yet. So it's first ever 16 millimeter anamorphic lens. You cannot get any wider with anamorphics. Just wanted to show that if I spread my arms, you can still see me in the frame fully. Right? So it's not out yet. It's a prototype. It's made of plastic. We 3D printed it actually, the shell. Shell made it plastic. But it's gonna be out soon. It would cost around, I would say, 20K probably. Yeah, but it just,
Wow.
there is no other.
What would the squeeze factor be on that one?
I think it's 2.
Just 2?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 times. This wide lens right here is really interesting. Actually, they initially had it on this scene, right here, but I wanted to turn it to the crowd over here, or the expo space, and what a beautiful shot. And what I also really like is, look at those thin flares. I've never seen hairline, that's what I'm gonna call them, hairline flares like that. And can you imagine using this to shoot a beautiful landscape or something, an epic wide shot of a F1 race? I think this lens is really unique, and I would love to see what filmmakers could do with it. All right, so let me know if you guys agree with me, because these next lenses are absolutely beautiful. When I look back at the footage, it was like it didn't do it justice, because I guess these lenses just felt so well built in my hands, and they're called the Aurora 5.
How's it going? My name is Christian. I'm with Bosma and Chiopt. Today we're talking about the Chiopt Aura prime lenses. So first off, this is a fairly lightweight prime cinema glass. It is all manual focus. It's made of aluminum, so you'll be able to balance it on a Ronin with something like an FX3, even an FX6. It's got about 200 degrees of a focus throw, so you can kind of be a little bit more precise when you're pulling your focus. It opens up to a 1.5 on the 85 and the 24. The 16 opens up to about a 2.2, so super fast, great for low light, and great for just solo operators.
So the first thing I noticed when I came to this booth and picked up this lens, and I wish I could describe it to you guys, but the quality just feels so good. Like he said, it's made out of aluminum, and it just feels like a solid build. There's no plastic at all, and the gears feel so comfortable and so smooth to use. So unfortunately for me, there's no L mount, but I can use an adapter that goes to either EF or PL to adapt it to my camera, which is currently L mount. But yeah, if you guys ever get a chance to see these lenses, as soon as you pick them up, you're gonna just instantly feel the difference in the quality. And one of the things that they told me is that they actually manufacture all of their products themselves, and that's why they can really focus on such a high quality product. So I haven't actually seen the footage from these lenses yet, but just from the build quality, I really do like it. Thanks again to DZOFilm for allowing me to use the Simera-C line to film this entire event. There are links in the description if you want to check them out. Thanks for watching, and God bless.
We held on tight, but it felt so long. Tell me, where did we go wrong? held on tight.
All right, guys, so I'm about to get on, I think it's called the Tesla Loop.
Tell me
There we
where
go.
did we go
All right,
wrong?
let's see what Elon was doing in his free time. Oh man, we got a professional F1 driver as well. I would have had skids all on the side of the car in this thing.
It is a little tight.
It is tight, yeah.
Not much room for error.